What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and it's been a while, so we're gonna talk about that. You may have noticed that things have been kind of slow on the channel recently, like really slow, and 2018 has probably been one of the worst years for consistency on this channel since, like, its inception, which I'm not really happy about, but there has been a lot of life events and changes that have been going on with myself personally, so I feel like I kind of owe you guys an explanation as to why I haven't been posting as much content as I would normally post or that I would like to, so strap in because it's gonna be a while. We're gonna start at the very beginning though. So early in 2018, I had noticed that my YouTube channel wasn't performing as well as I would have liked. So even in late 2017 to early 2018, I was trying a bunch of different things to sort of turn the channel around and get it to an area where I was happy with it again. And I got it there for a little bit, but I was never really able to maintain that for any lengthy period of time. So it would fluctuate, go up and down, and then, you know, that stress combined with other things that were going on in early 2018 sort of caught up with me. And for a while, I was just sort of, you know, on autopilot mode. Like, I would just make content and make videos because that was my default. I wasn't really happy with the videos that I was making, but I wasn't really unhappy with the videos that I was making. I was just, you know, making videos for the sake of making videos. I had done that for the past 5 to 6 years, so I felt like I sort of had to continue doing that. But, after, like, a while of doing that, I sort of just, like, sat down and thought to myself, you know, I really need to start thinking about my future beyond the confines of this YouTube channel, because even though, you know, I started YouTube back in 2011 when I was like 18, I just turned 25, and I wouldn't like trade my time on YouTube for anything in the world because honestly, I enjoyed every single second of it, and I still enjoy, you know, making YouTube videos, but I began looking into getting a formal education. Now, at that time, my family had actually moved down to Georgia from Connecticut, so I was looking in universities in both Connecticut and Georgia, and it just so happens that I found a college down in Georgia that, well, one, I can afford, and two, had a program that I wanted to go to. So I began the application process, and after like maybe a month or two of, you know, sending paperwork down, getting paperwork back, sending more paperwork down, blah-de-blah-de-blah, I got accepted. And I think I got my acceptance letter in like mid-June, I want to say, but you know, I had to be down there on August 3rd for orientation, which was mandatory, so there was kind of a mad dash to pack everything in my room, in my office, get that in a truck, and then move myself down to Georgia. Now, at the same time, my parents were actually coming back up to grab some stuff that they left, and then we were all going to pack that up in a truck, and then, you know, fly back down. So it was pretty hectic for, like, I want to say 2.5 weeks, and I had to, like, facilitate a couple of things up here, make sure everything was good to go by the time my parents had flown up, and then we were just going to go right back down. So that's pretty much what happened. You know, we got everything packed up, I moved down, once the truck came here, we unpacked everything, and after maybe, like, 2 or 3 days, I was settled in, went to orientation, and then classes started on August 15th, so there was, like, I don't know what, like 2 weeks in between orientation and like the first day of classes. And I still had plenty of work to like prepare for school. So obviously I had to go out and get like school supplies, which was weird because I hadn't done that in a really long time. But the big thing was finding a car. And the used car market down here wasn't as large as it was back up in Connecticut. So it actually took me a lot longer to find a car that was in my budget and that fit my needs than it would say if I was, you know, still living in Connecticut. Thankfully, though, we did find something, but during that process, a family member of mine actually passed away, so we had to fly back up to Connecticut for like 3 or 4 days, deal with the funeral and all that junk that goes along with, you know, someone passing, then fly back down to Georgia, and by that time, school pretty much started. Like, there was really no time in between me moving and, you know, the first day of school that I had to make videos. The only video that I was able to actually get out during that time was Act 2 of the Zelda documentary, and that's only because I had pretty much done all of the filming work prior to moving, and really all I had to do was edit that. So once I actually unpacked my computer from the moving truck, I was able to like immediately start working on that and, you know, finish up the edit and get that out. So once classes started, though, For the first like 2 weeks, I was insanely stressed, like worried about missing assignments or, you know, not doing well in my classes. Thankfully though, after like the first 2 weeks, I would say that stress sort of yeah. Once classes actually started though, I was really stressed for like the first 2 weeks, just worried about like missing assignments or not doing well in my classes. But you know, now that we're sort of like a month into the semester, I'm happy to say that I'm way less stressed than I was when I first started. I'm actually doing very well in all my classes, and more importantly, I have free time again. You know, when I first started, like, I was not managing my time at all, so I'd pretty much go to class, come home, spend like hours on homework, and then go to bed, and that was pretty much all I had time to do. Maybe I would talk to my friends for like an hour or two on Discord or something, but that was really about it. So thankfully I've better managed my time, and I think I got like a better idea of what's required from my classes now, so I have actually more free time to do more things, and hopefully I can get back to you know, making videos. So I'm actually enrolled in a mass media program, which is for you know, television production, filmmaking, stuff like that. Stuff that I've sort of already dabbled in a little bit during my YouTube career, but now this will just give me like a formal education for it. On top of that, I also had a wonderful opportunity to apply for a student job on campus as a student assistant video producer, which I did apply for. Went through the interview process, and they offered me the job, which of course I accepted because, I mean, I would be foolish not to. Like, the experience that that job is going to give me ties directly into the degree that I'm going for and the career that I want to one day enter. So pretty much it would have been really dumb if I said no to that position. So I have that job. Thankfully it is a student assistant job, so basically they work along your college schedule. So I only work jobs that I sort of volunteer to work for, and I'm not like required to work a certain number of hours per week, although I have to work like 20 hours per semester, which is basically nothing. You know, because the semester is like, what, 15 weeks? You can accumulate 20 hours in 15 weeks pretty easily without cutting into a lot of your other time for like classes, studying, hobbies, and anything else. So I'm not really too worried about the job cutting into a bunch of my other time. But you might be wondering now, where does that leave YouTube? You know, now you're a full-time student, you've got this part-time job, you obviously still need to have time for a social life and do other things. What are you going to do about YouTube? Now, I love YouTube. YouTube's been a part of my life for 6 years now, maybe even a little bit longer. But I have been asking myself that very same question, and I think I've finally got an answer. Just like everything else has changed in 2018, I think it's time for this channel to change as well. Because I no longer have the time to dedicate to just YouTube, I think I can't really call myself a full-time YouTuber anymore. But I can transition to a part-time model. So just like that part-time job that I have on campus, I can also be a part-time YouTuber. So when I'm not working there, I can work on my videos. You will still continue to get videos, but they're not going to be as frequent as, say, they were like a year ago when I was in my prime, uploading 5 or 6 videos a week. From here on out, I'm going to try to upload 1 video a week, starting with 1 video a week, and then maybe we'll work our way up from there if we can. These videos probably won't be Let's Play videos, though, because even though Let's Plays are something I built this channel on, there's something I really only want to do now when there's a game that I actually want to play, like, really badly. I've become more picky in, like, my choice of games over the years. Back in the day, you know, any game that I would play, I would pretty much play it through to completion, whereas nowadays, like, 90% of the games that I pick up, I'll probably never actually finish playing, just because, unless, like, there's a really compelling story or the gameplay is just, like, out of this world crazy fun, there's like sort of better uses of my time, and I just don't really dedicate that much time to playing games anymore. So you might be wondering what videos I'm going to make then if they're not Let's Plays, and I mean, you would think Let's Plays would be perfect since they take the least amount of time to make. Well, honestly, I'm most happy with the content that I've made recently in like the Zelda documentaries or the retrospectives and content like that. Content that's like more scripted and, you know, follows sort of that formula that I've been working on. And uses a combination of like both recorded stuff in camera or gameplay like combined together. And yeah, they take a lot of more work, but to me, I always feel more like creatively fulfilled when I make a video like that. So those are the videos that I kind of want to focus on more in the future and develop that style a little bit more, because I think that's just something that I excel at. And that documentary style, although it's not like completely original, I think, you know, my take on it, my spin on it, is just something that I really, really just want to develop more and make more of, because that to me is so much more creatively fulfilling than like just a Let's Play is. Like, making one of those videos, I get so much enjoyment out of, and I think like the end product is just something that lasts a lot longer than, say, a Let's Play would. So that's kind of the content that I'm going to be focusing on. That's not to say like every single video I make is going to be in the same style as the Zelda documentary, because that's just not going to happen. But I do have an idea for a couple of new videos, actually, thanks to the Nintendo Direct that just happened recently. I was watching that and I got the idea for at least 2 videos, so I'm actually going to try and script those and get those ready to go shortly after I finish working on this video. So those are sort of going to be what I'm going to be working on. I sort of want to make this channel still about video games, but instead of just like making the games the main focus, I want to be like the discussion around the games, or the stories that can be told with using games like a medium, because I think those are just as interesting as the games themselves, and I hope that I can be like the one to help tell those stories through my videos. Now, on top of that, another thing that has been going on that I've been dealing with is the internet at this new place that I've moved into isn't exactly great. In fact, we just had a tech come by today to check out some stuff and fix some wires that were apparently bad. I don't know about that, we'll see, but maybe that'll help. Either way though, by the end of October we should be switching over to a new company who is actually in the process of installing fiber lines in our neighborhood. So hopefully, for now, the internet that I do have will actually be reliable enough to, you know, upload videos and stuff. And then once we finally do switch over, it'll be, you know, faster and won't go down at all. That way I can, you know, get back to streaming and uploading easier and stuff like that. There is one last thing that I want to show, so give me a second because I'm going to go get it. Alright, so some of you guys might remember from a couple years back, I did like a t-shirt campaign and launched like my first I guess YouTuber merch, if you want to call it that. And ever since then, I've actually wanted to do more and more campaigns, except never really had any good design ideas until a couple of months ago when I came up with a decent design concept. And then I actually worked with my friend Jordan, aka Psylocke Hawk, on here on YouTube, and he helped me sort of finalize this design. And after talking with like 2 or 3 different shirt printing companies, I finally got a decent looking prototype, and I'm going to show it to you guys. So this is the design that I've been working on. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's actually a cool like retro inspired design. Really looking forward to launching that soon. I've got to make like the promo video for it. But yeah, I'm actually super excited about launching that. I'm using the company Custom Ink, which is slightly more expensive than the previous t-shirt campaign that I did, but I actually tried to use them for this design, and the shirt that they sent me looked awful, like terrible. So I had to find a new company that had higher quality printing standards, which is why unfortunately the shirts are going to cost a little bit more, but the quality of shirt that you're going to get and the quality of the print is a lot better, and trust me, you wouldn't even want to wear the one that I got from that previous company. So I'm not really sure when I'm going to launch this campaign. It's going to be soon. I've got sort of the skeleton version of an idea that I'm going to use for the promo video, but once I sort of flesh that out and sort of get around to like filming it and putting it together, that's when I will launch this campaign. Hopefully you guys like the design, because I do. I think it looks really, really dope in person. It might not look that great in camera, but trust me, in person, it looks really, really cool. I think that's really all I had to cover, though. This update video has gone on way longer than I thought it would. So if you watched the entire thing, thank you so much. I promise you guys, like, normal, actual content will be coming soon. It's just that, it's taken me a while to sort of get my life back together after all these major changes have taken place. But now we're sort of back in a good spot, so I think we should be able to start like producing content at least weekly. Like that's my goal, weekly starting out, and then, you know, maybe we'll ramp up from there if possible. Now, I think that's really all I had to say, so thanks for the support in 2018 already. I look forward to finishing out the year with you guys and hopefully uploading a couple of videos along the way. Until then though, once again, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.